Hello, welcome everyone to the Smudging Sage Tarot. Before we start, I like to clear the air with some sage, sweeping away negativity and confusion. This helps us focus with clarity and light as we dive into a new series of videos designed to deepen our knowledge of the timeless art of tarot. Together, we'll uncover the secrets of each card, one by one. Whether you are a curious beginner or a seasoned reader, this journey will help you connect more deeply with the cards. So, let's continue our journey through the suite of swords, a suite that invites us to explore the mind. The Rider-Waite deck, created in 1910, the deck that brings these drawings, and was created in 1910 by Arthur Edward Waite and illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith, revolutionized the tarot with detailed imagery and helped readers interpret each card intuitively. A standard tarot deck consists of 78 cards, 22 major arcana representing transformative life forces and psychological archetypes, and 56 minor arcana that represent daily experiences and inner pattern, deciding to having a vision on your life, waiting to start a party, even gossips with colleagues, everyday life. No life-changing events like or state like the major arcana. The suite of swords is associated with the element of air, linked to our thoughts, communication, truth, and intellect. This suite often points to moments of clarity, difficult decisions, mental tension, and spiritual insights. Swords cut through illusion and ask us to face our truth, sometimes sharply, sometimes with liberation. They can signal conflicts, but also breakthrough. So, in readings, swords highlight areas where the mind is at work, thinking, communicating, analyzing, or struggling. Challenges in this suite can involve overthinking, miscommunication, or painful truth, but they also open us to mental clarity, boundaries, the famous word so difficult to put in action, in place, and deep understanding. So, today we are going to study the Ace of Swords. Is it right? Straight? Yes, has to be straight. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords represents a spark of mental clarity, truth, and new insights. It marks the beginning of a new way of thinking, or fresh approach to a problem. This card is like the mind's moment, an undeniable truth or realization cuts through confusion like a blade through fog. Okay, this is invites you to speak your truth, to seek justice, and to rise clarity. It is a mental rebirth. The sword is your hand, okay? Is in your hand. Look, but what will you do with it? This is the question. Okay, so the key themes of the Ace of Swords is truth and clarity, breakthroughs and new ideas, mental focus and intellectual power, communication and expression, justice, honesty and discernment. Okay, so let's give a look into the symbols, okay? So, the upright sword represents decisive action, intellectual clarity, and the raw truth. It's an invitation to cut through illusion and face reality directly, okay? So, we see a crown here, okay? This is a crown. It signifies victory, divine insight, and the power of truth. The crown is not just about achievement, it's about being worthy to hold this new truth. And then we see the mountains in the background, you see? Those represent challenges ahead, okay? The path of truth is rarely easy, but it's purposeful. Then we have a curiously enough gray sky, a neutral background that emphasizes clarity over emotion. This card is about logic, thought, and precision, detached from noise. In Tina Gong's system, the Ace of Swords corresponds with the raw energy of air. It's inspiration without form, powerful but still needing direction. This card reminds us that a thought is just a beginning. What you do with it determines the outcome. So, in numerology, the number 1, which the ace is 1, talks about new beginnings, initiation, individuality. All aces in tarot signify seeds. Something is being born. With the swords, it's a new idea, a perspective. And this Ace of Swords is super powerful. Why? Because it's like that moment when you feel within you to take a certain direction. You feel a whole in that decision. You have no hesitation because in whatever way you think about the subject, the topic, this is the way it is. It's crystal clear that this is the situation and what I want to do, right? But it's like the sparkle, it's like the energy that is captured in an object or in a person or in a arrow. You know, if you think about it, you have the arrow in the arch, in the bow, and you pull it, and it's pure potential. Now, what's the next step? What is the plan of doing everything? This is something that has to happen. But once it is in your mind, you can manifest it. When it's clear in your mind, you can start the process of manifesting it. Okay? And you will also find very soon a video about the manifestation, okay? Connected to this card, the magician. The magician has on the table a sword, a wand, a cup, and a pentacle. This is everything you need to manifest, and it's in another video. Now, let's go back to the Ace of Swords. So in numerology, it's the number 1. In astrology, it's often connected with the element of air, okay? Particularly signs like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, correct? It reflects the mental energy of those signs, logic, curiosity, fairness, and communication. Now, if you are pulling cards and you want to know about the possible zodiac sign of somebody you are interested in, somebody that you are trying to manifest, is still in the ether, you just feel this call, this energy, and you want to know who it's going to be, you can probably pull some card. If you see a card like this showing up, this person could be one of those 3 elements, signs like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is also what you will be able to do once you will master the art of tarot readings, okay? So, what is the meaning of the Ace of Swords upright in this position? The Ace of Swords brings a powerful surge of truth, okay? Insight and mental clarity, as we said. This could be a new idea, a realization, or the courage to speak your truth. This is a biggie when it comes to alchemize your energy, especially if you are in a place of incertitude, shifting into a place of certitude. This is going to appear because is the first step is to speak the truth. People lie because they don't have the courage to face the truth. So they lie over lie, but this is crucial. This is the crossroad, okay? Now, the fog is lifting, okay? So it's going away. Your mind is sharp, and the answers are within reach. It's time to trust your intellect and cut through distractions. This card invites bold honesty and rational action, okay? Now, the advice when you see this card is speak clearly, okay? Think strategically. Begin with integrity, okay? Don't rush. Rush precision is more powerful than force, okay? So ask, what truth am I being asked to see, okay? So when you find this card upright into a reading like in a love relationship, okay, A conversation brings clarity. There will be a conversation that brings clarity, okay? This could be a moment of truth between partners or a fresh understanding of what you need in love, okay? So, for example, after a long period of confusion, a couple sits down for a direct, honest talk that brings newfound respect and alignment. In a work-related reading, the appearance of the Ace of Swords talks about new strategies or ideas that offer a breakthrough. It may be time to pitch a bold idea or pursue intellectual projects. For example, you present a new plan at work that challenges the direction of a project and earns the respect of your team. Something like, oh my God, this person is sharp. We need this person. This idea is brilliant, okay? So, in a personal reading, the appearance of the Ace of Swords talks about a moment of awakening, seeing yourself or your path more clearly. It's time to embrace a truth you have been avoiding. So, for example, after journaling or meditating, you suddenly realize a limiting belief that has been holding you back, and you feel ready to shift. So, when we find this card in reverse, this upside down, reversed, okay, the Ace of Swords can suggest mental fog, confusion, or distorted truth. Communication may be unclear, or your thoughts are scattered. There could be deception either from others or self-denial, okay? So, you. It may also point to missed opportunities for clarity due to the fear of confrontation or overthinking. So, the advice here is slow down and reassess. Are you avoiding the truth? Are you silencing yourself to keep the peace? This happens so often. Let go of mental clutter and return to what's essential. Reverse discard invites internal truth seeking. Okay? Let's give some examples of when the card, the Ace of Swords, appears in reverse in a reading. In a love relationship reading, it talks about miscommunication or avoidance of a tough conversation, the proverbial elephant in the living room or in the room. The truth may be present but unspoken. Okay, so as an example, you feel disconnected from your partner, but haven't spoken up, leading to tension and assumptions. Okay, now this is something that I have been studying a lot in communities, people. Many times people are like, oh yeah, I felt very close to my partner, she felt completely disconnected. This connection, it's never unilateral, meaning two people that are together. If one is disconnected, the other cannot be connected because this one is disconnected. So, mathematically, logically, as a mirror, there is no connection. This connection on one side is disconnection on the other side. And many times, when you feel something wrong in the relationship, okay, the majority of the time, the other person feels the same. So, if you are concerned to speak your truth because you don't want to burst a bubble of loving, joyful, connected relationship and feel like the person that is breaking this moment of joyfulness, forget about it. It's only your mind, remember. The Suit of Swords, it's all about the mind, okay? If you feel that there is something wrong, your partner feels the same. The best thing you can do is to have an open conversation, honest conversation, speak your truth, and you will find your partner most of the time invited to tell his truth, making him understand you are welcoming it, okay? Little parenthesis. In a work or career reading, when the Ace of Swords appears in reverse, talks about poor communication or delays in decision making. Projects may stall due to lack of clarity or leadership. Example, you are overwhelmed with information, but can't focus enough to move forward with a clear plan. So, this can be the time, again, to speak your truth. Or it's at least the card that is telling you what's going on. So, in a personal and spiritual growth reading, when the Ace of Swords appears in reverse, it talks about an internal struggle to define what you believe or what you want. You may feel mentally drained or unsure of your next steps. Example, you are questioning a life choice but feel too overwhelmed to make a clear decision, spiraling into indecision. Okay? Now, I want to leave you with some final words about the Ace of Swords. I remind you to like, share, subscribe. This will encourage me to give more content. And a shout out to Phoenix. Thank you, Phoenix. You are the biggest fan of the tarot lesson, and I really appreciate your support. It's sweet and valid. Thank you so much. So, the Ace of Swords is a call to truth, integrity, and intellectual clarity. It represents the sacred spark of realization, the moment you choose to face life with sharp awareness. Whether upright or reversed, it reminds us that clarity is power, and with it comes responsibility. The sword cuts, okay? But it also frees, okay? Be bold, be honest, and let your mind become your guide. Right? That's very important. So, I wish you have enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you soon in my next video. Ciao, ciao.